Yep. Okay, so huge round of applause for Francis and Jane and Becky and Martin. So, how are we going to do this? If you stand here, that's it. If you stand here, if you guys stand here and I'll go over there. Because some awkward person put a table, Daniel, right in the middle of the stage. Okay, you're going to have to share mics. Oh. So who got that one first? Okay, so I'll go over here. So, Francis and Jane, Becky and Martin are partners in business and partners in life. So let's see how this goes the next couple of years, shall we? So, either Francis or Jane, if you could just describe sort of your journey before property really briefly, why you got into property and what was killing you and what was painful about your life that made you want to change it.
We kind of started in property about 18 months ago, and this is in the style. Have you seen the film, The King's Speech? I'm going to do it in that kind of style. Great film, you know. Get that out of the way. And it was a bit of a leap, I suppose, for us. And before, I think our life was kind of all right. You know, it wasn't really bad, so I can't say we're having a bad time. We worked ever so hard. We were kind of strangers, you know, in the night. Sometimes I was self-employed, and if I didn't work, I didn't get paid, and no pension at all. So I realised we were pretty stuffed, really, you know, as we got older. And the future for us, I suppose, was another 10 years or more of hard work, you know. So we fished around on the internet, found these people. Sorry, am I going on a bit?
No, you're absolutely fine. Yeah.
Found this orange book, you know, so this is really good. And I was on board with it, but Jane was not at all. Just thought it's somebody on the internet trying to scam you all the time. You get it all the time, you know. And I was saying, no, this is really good. We've got to do this. We've got to do this. And then I dragged Jane along to Property Buying Frenzy in Heathrow, and you fell in love with Rob and Mark. And, made it easier for me from then on. And,
okay, so that's good. Yeah, if we pass the microphone to Jane, do you have anything to add?
Just that I was a local government accountant and working really long hours, and I found I just didn't have time to spend with my family, and that was what I was missing, really.
Sure.
Though the money was good,
Yeah.
I just didn't have time to spend with my family.
Okay, which seems to be quite a common thread. Who has a family? Who has children? Okay, yep, so. Okay, Becky, over to you, the same kind of thing.
We both worked full-time. Martin was a self-employed builder, and I was a nurse, and have been doing that for 10 years. We'd been buying property, but really haphazardly, like just random properties that didn't yield well or really just doing it.
Yeah.
We just wanted a change of life. We actually, strangely, wanted to work together, spend more time together. People always say that's really odd, but it seems to work for us.
Yeah.
And that was it, really. I mean, we had a great life. We still do, and it's getting better and better. And we really wanted the money.
Yeah. Okay.
If we're honest.
That's good. You can be totally honest up here. Do you have anything to add, Martin?
Yeah, I just wanted to say that, you know, like Becky said, we were just playing at it, and then Becky saw you guys on the internet and said, "Oh, yeah," we said we got to go, and it was the same sort of thing. I was a bit, whatever, we'd go and have a look, and I must say, since last year, you totally motivated us, and we bought 5 properties since, you know, in such a short time. We would never have done that until we came here, so it was money well spent, for sure.
Oh, thank you, and hopefully we'll get some more out of you as well.
Well, I don't know about that.
Yeah, absolutely. Round of applause. Okay, so Becky, you've obviously taken the microphone back, so it's your turn again. So Martin said 5 properties in less than a year, and you completed on 3 in the same day, didn't you? Went after our 1-to-1.
Yeah.
So just tell us about the numbers. You know, average discount, if there's any cash flow, that kind of thing.
Average discount is 26%.
Okay.
Yeah, the numbers, I mean, they all cash flow really well. After the mortgage is, on average, about £310 each property. Yeah. We bought 5 since September when we started.
That's 1 a month?
Yeah, that's 1 a month.
Are you happy with that?
Yeah. We'd like more.
Yeah? Oh, really?
Could do more, but it's been an amazing journey. But yeah, I mean, I'm there with the calculator now.
Yeah.
Sad.
Well, someone's
Not
got
quite
to do
like,
it.
yeah, someone's got to do it. Not quite as bad as Mark.
No.
But, yeah, so they all cash flow really, really well.
Okay.
We're great.
Excellent. Good stuff. And Jane, do you do the numbers? Yeah, okay.
Yes.
So your portfolio, and you've been doing it, what, a little bit longer. How long have you been doing it?
It's 18 months, I
Yeah.
think.
Sure.
Yeah, 13 months.
Yeah. And you've just started second year on VIP?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
We bought 8 properties last year. Average BMV is 26%. The best one was 36%. And net cash flow every month is just over £4,000. But that includes 2 multi-lets in there as well.
Okay, so Martin, because I know you were a little bit more sceptical than Becky.
Yep.
You keep telling me that every day. What would you say the key couple of things you've learned through being on the VIP program, through through Progressive, that kind of thing, that you think's made the difference?
Well, it's the support more than anything else, and the motivation that you give us, and all the tools, and just knowing that we're not alone, out there, because that's what we were doing before. We were just, let's go and have a look at that, and then we didn't have the tactics or the knowledge to, barter with the estate agents. We were just sort of going in and making an offer, and if they said no, that's no good, then we'd probably more or less pay the asking price. So that's the most important thing, is that knowledge we have now.
Sure.
It's paid for itself already.
Awesome. And microphone over to Becky. Becky, the next year, because I know you've got big plans. I know it's never enough. So tell us the next year what you're looking to do.
Okay, so we'd like to keep replicating the buying, but we've got the tools for that now, so we're quite comfortable. We've bought quite a few. So we're now setting up a deal packaging company, and I think I've secured my first client, who's one of my friends, to package a deal for her. So we're doing Epic Property Investment Group, which is going to be our company. Just really as a cash flow tool.
So that's Epic Pig.
Epic, yeah, I know.
You won't forget that, will you?
Stand out. Just as another cash flow tool, really, because I always want more. It's just in my nature.
Yeah.
And
Martin's like...
some things I'm satisfied with.
Anyway, over to... You control your own financial future, and that's really important. And the 2 people I'm going to get up right now have taken their life by the scruff. They've become personally responsible, and it's been awesome to see them grow, fly, develop. Okay? Gill Alton, Paul McFadden, 2 unrelated people, have both been on our training. So I remember, Paul, do you remember when we sat on the stairs with that little dictaphone after the masterclass? Recording, because I was just like, Paul has flown from Scotland, then he's flying back, then he's flying in to do T Harv Eccles, then he's flying back, and I just thought, this guy, how old were you at the time, 23? Yeah. 23. I thought, so I caught a quick interview with him sitting on the stairs. I knew that guy was going to be successful, you just know. Yeah, he trained through us, but he could have trained through anybody and he'd have been successful. So he's going to come up and share his story, and Gill the same. If Gill works as fast as she talks, then she must be doing loads. She has 2 kids. She's 200 miles away from an investment area. She comes to the VIP every month. She's all over the place. She texts 1,000,000 miles an hour. She networks with everyone. She's already probably networked with every one of you 3 times, and you didn't even know it. And that's why she's successful. So who'd like to just for 5 minutes listen to their story? Would that be good? Okay, Gill, Paul, let's have you. Quick. Okay, there's a little cross on the stage, nice and cozy. Excellent. So, everyone, this is Paul. Paul, this is everyone. And everyone, this is Gill. Gill, this is everyone. So, Paul, what got you into property? What made you want to change your life, your focus, your direction? What got you into property?
For me, growing up from kind of in Glasgow and stuff, in a rough kind of neighbourhood, and having a lot of friends who pretty much just get into trouble, and that's all I knew at the time. So I kind of just wanted to kind of better my life, and seeing a lot of people having your typical Nike trainers or PlayStations or the new bikes or things, and I never had any of that, and it kind of that's what I wanted. My mum couldn't really give us the things that I wanted, and seeing everyone else have it, it really got to me. So just searched online near enough every single night looking for get-rich-quick schemes, you name it, and then that's when I found Rob, but no, I'm only kidding.
Well, you did get rich quite quick, didn't you?
Yeah, well, yeah.
Okay, so, Gill, what's inspired you to get into property other than us online?
As a family, we had some buy-to-lets from about 14 years ago. We had 3, and then we bought another 3 6 years ago, which we didn't buy very wisely. We got wrapped up with the inside track and all that malarkey. Sorry, I shouldn't say that. They are just about washing their face, but I joined my husband in our mortgage business on the 1st of September 2007, having given up a very good corporate job because our daughter was going to school, and that turned out to be the first day of the credit crunch. So obviously our business went downhill very, very fast, but it also made us realise what was happening in the property marketplace, and it made us that now was the time to start investing again. So I came on the training courses because obviously I had the spare time, and just started investing from there again, really.
Sure. Okay. So, Paul, let's come back to you. What couple of things would you say are working with us? I mean, you're going off on your own doing amazing things. It's you who has to take the credit. But what couple of things have you learned through Progressive and through your investing that you would say there's the difference that's made a difference?
Again, you guys were the first, you could say, mentors that I went to. So you just kind of gave us the foundations and given us that belief, because just before I came on the course, I actually read a couple of books and then bought my first buy-to-let property. It was at a 15% discount. You could get 85% loan-to-value mortgages. And then sent the surveyor around, and I already told the mortgage company what I was buying it for. So when they came back and they valued it 15% less, I was like, what do you mean? I couldn't believe it. So pretty much learning how you actually work and do the creative financing helped me, because I didn't have any money. So I just took out credit cards, loans, to go on all these different training courses, because I believed to get anywhere, I had to change my mindset and learn new skills and tools. So that started it off, and then learn how to actually buy property, and then just went out, and after racking up so many credit cards and loans, you need to pay them back. Not having the money, I had to make sure I put what I learned into place, and then got a couple of good cashback deals, learning the principles that you get on the training.
Sure. So, portfolio now, how many properties do you have?
Personally, I only own 4 properties in my own name, but I JV with a lot of people, so I've got 7 JV partners, and you could say about 24.
Okay. And you started, so 24, and you're 24 years, how old are you now?
25.
25. Well, I'm sure you'll make that very soon. Round of applause. So have they all been in the last sort of couple of years since we met?
Yeah. I mean, there was another 6 on top of that, but it was with an ex-business partner, and we went our own ways, and part of the breakup, he kept those. So,
yeah.
I mean, all the properties is that I've sourced them all, and I've been active with my marketing to find those type of deals. Sure. So they are quite big discounts with cashbacks, and it's allowed me to keep on doing what I'm doing.
Do they cash flow?
Yeah, and me and Rory talks about this all the time. Where I buy in Scotland, the cash flow is just phenomenal. And the first...
You really don't want to say that.
It's cool because Rory, me and Rory are talking about some armchair investment stuff, and we'll probably try and model what Rob and Mark do. But because of where I was investing in things, it allowed me to leave my job a lot quicker for the properties I had when the good cash flow was coming in. So that definitely helped.
And do you mind sharing how much? Is that a thing you can publicise?
Yeah, a typical deal is between £350 to £400 a month cash flow after all costs.
Really?
Yep.
And your portfolio kicks out for you about how much?
I only take the money that the own properties I own, so I get about £2,500. But the other properties I own with JV partners, we just leave it in the bank account because it's a good cash buffer. Sure. And because I package a lot of deals as well, that's where I make my main kind of cash flow.
Okay, so who liked the idea of packaging deals, by the way? Monetizing the deals you don't want to keep. So you do that as well, do you?
Yeah, it's my number one focus at the moment.
Roughly how many do you do a month, or kind of your money that you make a month on those?
Well, over 10 grand. I mean, there's one deal where You know, the cash back in the back end was over 14,000. And I think there's two deals I made that got us over 20,000, and stupidly went out and paid cash for my car, you know. So, you know, you squander some money and you learn from it.
Rich Dad, Poor Dad.
Yeah, but again, it's one of those things that I felt great going out actually and buying your car cash, you know. But I wouldn't do it again. You know, you can put your money to better use.
Sure. Who'd like to go and buy a car cash? Okay, cool. Gill. Again, how many properties have you bought since you started? Because you're on our VIP program. By the way, I've had a lot of people come up to me in the breaks and ask about this VIP program, all these VIPs, this year-long mentorship thing. Tomorrow afternoon, I will briefly tell you about that. We don't have an offer as such for it. I think it also might be in your pamphlet. So if you want the support over a year and you want to get the results like these, that may be the thing for you. Just rather than asking me individually, let's wait till tomorrow afternoon where we talk about it. Because I'm going to get all of the guys up here on that program who are here. I'm going to get them to share their stories with you. And if you want the same results, then have a chat with them as well. Can I just have a show of hands? Who's on our mentorship program? Okay, so there's quite a few guys here who are. Keep your hands up, please. Keep your hands up. So if you think you might want a bit of help and support and, get these results every year, just have a chat with these guys. They'll tell you what it's all about. I'm sure they'll tell you the bad things about us as well as the good. So you're not, thinking that they're agents for us, because we wouldn't like that, would we? I feel really sorry for anyone who's an agent for anything ever in that talk. And because we haven't got any estate agents or ex-estate agents working for us. Oh, dear. Gill, you, in that time frame, last kind of year, 18 months, how many have you bought?
Well, I started buying at the end of January last year.
Say that again.
Started buying, is it on?
Is it on? Is Gill on, or has she died?
If I die? Oh, I'm on now. I started buying at the end of January last year, and I'm just in the process of buying the 9th for us as a family.
Yeah.
And I'm in the process of buying the 8th for investors.
So you bought 9 for yourself and your
Yep.
family, and that
Yep.
kicks out what kind of cash flow every month?
Over 2,000 after costs.
Over 2. So this 2,000, 3,000 thing seems to sound quite familiar. It seems to be coming up quite a lot with people who have 8 properties plus. So it's definitely achievable, and they've gone out and done it. Okay, they came on trainings, but they've gone out and done it. You're packaging at getting about 10 grand a month in from your packaging business. Gill, you're also packaging.
Yeah, I'm doing.
So
yeah.
those 8, roughly how much money have you taken for those 8?
Coming up to 25,000.
Okay, so 25 grand,
After
and
cost.
they've been in what time frame?
I started Alton Property Partners in July
Shameless plug.
of last year.
Yeah.
So, 6 months?
Okay,
something
6
like-
months, 25 grand, packaging on deals.
Yes,
Yeah?
doing the whole process.
So it's very real. This stuff that Palmdeep and Hanif were talking about, that we were talking about, it is very real and very achievable. And there are lots of people in here who are doing it, not just us. And of course, getting over that belief that you can do it is the biggest hurdle that you'll probably have to get over. Once you're over that belief, your world will open up and everything will become a lot easier.